This is just so disgusting. Subject is women's health and reproductive. Ooh, wait a minute. There's a reproductive. Wait. Wait. Wait, that's bad. Ah. Wait. In addition, other African women's networks and organizations that are focused primarily on such issues as reproductive health, women's rights, and legal justice became involved against. Yeah. No, yeah, it most definitely is going to reproductive. How do these, I mean, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, okay? How the fuck are you supposed to have a child? I mean, this is horrible. Emphasis, reproductive rights, yeah. The emphasis and discussions of female students shifted to encompass women's human and reproductive rights. I did not know that we have reproductive rights. Apparently we do. As well as their health international consensus statements, treaties. Ooh. International consensus statements, treaties such as the Convention to Eliminate All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. I'm so glad to know that there actually exists something like this, because we really have a problem in this world, in our country, where women are, I mean, it's not okay. I'm not an object. In fact, I will purposely not do what a man tells me to do because he told me to do it, so suck on that, dick face. Anyway, Convention on the Rights of the Child, thank you. African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. Include language applicable to females for these documents. Oh, this is so disgusting. Okay, what the hell? Wait. Something. Policy statements and documents began to use female genital mutilation. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. That term is used for documents specifically program. The program refers to female genital mutilation as basic rights violation. Yes, and urges governments to prohibit and urgently stop the practice wherever it exists. On the platform of the Fourth World Conference on Women, held in Beijing in 1995, female genital mutilation was cited as both a threat to women's reproductive health and a violation of their human rights. In addition to making general recommendations, the platform specifically called on governments to enact and enforce legislation against the perpetrators of practices and acts of violence against women, such as female genital mutilation. Notably, the drive to include language condemning, blah blah blah. Place, force. Against this background of activity and changing emphasis, the plight of Faziva Kisinja, a 17-year-old woman from Togo, focused public attention in the United States. Famous what? Instrument in redefining gender-based violence could be grounds for the granting of political asylum. Wait a minute. Kisinja, who fled her homeland in October 1994 to avoid an arranged marriage, genital cutting that would be part of the marriage rites, was placed in a detention center after arriving in the United States under a false passport and asking for asylum. She was released a year and a half later and granted asylum after intensive media coverage. You know what? In her case, she can be an illegal immigrant. Those people can come here. You know why? Because there's actual human rights being violated. I feel violated just reading this stuff. I mean, it's disgusting. 28 countries. Wait a minute. Yeah, 28 countries across the center of Africa, north of the equator. What is this disgustingness? Wait a minute, wait. 43% to 97% of reproductive age women have been circumcised. Countries prevalence the group. Proportion of women have undergone 90. I'm so disgusted right now. Just so disgusting. This is really disgusting. Oh my god. Ew, seriously? Okay, it's horrible to think that, although circumcision may be performed during infancy, okay, if it must absolutely be done, do it then when there's no traumaticness, because you don't remember anything when you're a child. During adolescence, or even during a woman's first pregnancy. Why? I don't understand why you would. The procedure is usually carried out on girls between ages 4 and 12. You sure as fuck can remember that. Clitoridectomy. Oh. Part or all of the clitoris is amputated. And then the second one is excision. Both the clitoris and the labia minora are removed. That's horrible. It's the most, after excision of the clitoris and the labia minora, the labia majora are cut or scraped away to create raw surfaces which are held in contact until they heal, either by stitching the edges of the wound or by tying the legs together. As the wounds heal, scar tissue joins the labia and covers and most of the vaginal orifices. Living in wait a minute. Are you leaving an opening that may be as small as a matchstick? Okay. If you really have to pee, a matchstick. Like, how do you even? How do you? In conditions under which female circumcision is generally performed in Africa, even the less extensive types of genital cutting can lead to potentially fatal complications such as hemorrhage, infection, and shock. The inability to pass urine because of pain, swelling, and inflammation following the operation may lead to urinary tract infections. I have had a urinary tract infection. It's really disgusting. A woman may suffer from abscesses and pain from damaged nerve endings long after the initial wound has healed. I'm gonna leave you to figure out what an abscess is. Oh my god. I don't really, okay, this gets really like graphic, so I don't really want to read it out to you. But the infibulation, like the most severe one where you have a matchstick to pee out of, because it's all matchstick. You get repeated urinary tract infections, and then stones form like in there because of obstruction and infection. And the menstrual flow may be blocked because of the smallness, and which leads to reproductive tract infections and lowered fertility or sterility. Isn't that just horrible? Oh, without de-infibulation before childbirth, obstructed labor may occur, causing life-threatening complications for both mother and infant. I know you're against abortion, but I have to say that given the choice between that and abortion, you have to admit abortion is going to be probably better. It's more humane, I guess. I mean, I just don't know what to do. I mean, so we have to watch, like, I would definitely get behind. Oh God, what? No. Although the societies that practice circumcision, communities where a person's place inside his germ lineage faces their fellow humans reduces uncertainty surrounding paternity by discouraging blah 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 blah. Although societies that practice circumcision vary in many ways, most girls receive little education and are valued primarily for their future role as sources of labor and producers of children. In some communities, the prospective husband's family pays a bride price to the family of the bride, giving his family the right to her labor and her children. She herself has no right to or control over either. Really pisses me off even more. I don't like that. That's disgusting. Oh dear God. A girl's virginity may be considered essential to her family's ability to arrange her marriage and receive a bride price, as well as to family honor. In Somalia, for example, a prospective husband's family may have the right to inspect the bride's body prior to marriage, and mothers regularly check their infibulated daughters to ensure that they are still clothed. In this context, parents see both infibulation and early marriage as means of ensuring that their daughter remains pure and thus worthy of the bride price. I'll give them a bride price. No, punching isn't good enough. Worse. Much worse.